gentlemen, welcome to Kennedy High School for tonight's basketball matchup between the visiting Wildcats and the Kennedy Eagles. Prior to the game, I'd like to remind everyone that CIAC and the NBL require us to have high standards of sportsmanship. Please note that these premises inside and out are under constant video surveillance and that you are being recorded. Tonight's starting lineup for the visiting Wildcats. 10th grader, number 21, Byron Murillo. 10th grader, number 0, Sean Garner. 10th grader, number 5, Amir Ely. 9th grader, number 22, Jaylene Barnes. 11th grader, number 3, Michael Clemens. The Wildcats are coached by Waterbury. Tonight's starting lineup for our Connecticut Eagles. Senior, 32, Terrence Morrison. Senior, 33, Isaiah Cole. Senior, number 21, Irving Rivera. Senior, number 5, Sulo Waterbury. Sophomore, number 23, Tyler Morrison. The Eagles are coached by coaches Navassa and Morrison. At this time, please rise the table and move your hats to honor America and playing in the national anthem.
Welcome inside the Jack Taglia Gymnasium as we have an intercity matchup in the Naugatuck Valley League between the visiting Wildcats of Wilby High School and the home Kennedy Eagles. Kennedy 2 wins short right now as we stand of the state tournament, standing at 6-10, coming off a loss just the other night at the hands of Waterbury Career Academy in a thriller that saw senior guard Terrence Morrison drop 43 points on the opponents in a losing effort. Meanwhile, they look to right the ship on their next game, first game back at home since their loss versus the Wilby Wildcats, who look to right the ship and finish the season on a high note with only 3 games remaining for both teams after this. But nevertheless, both teams take the floor as we are just about ready for the first 8-minute frame of this matchup. Kennedy in their home whites with blue lettering, gold trim. Wilby, the away green jerseys with white lettering and numbering as the teams take their respective sides. Starting lineup, Brian Murillo, Sean Garner, Amir Neely, Shaheen Barnes, and Michael Clemens for the Wildcats. Meanwhile, Terrence Morrison, Dysere Coleman, Irving Rivera, and Sulo Adzavoski, as well as Tyler Morrison for the Eagles, as the ball is up and the opening tip is won by the Wildcats of Wilby. And it's corralled and controlled, and Barnes will cross the timeline and get us started. Kennedy sits back in a 3-2 zone. Worked very well the other night to slow down their opponent in Career Academy. And they'll look to redo that first half, as now the opening jump shot is missed there by Wilby and Barnes, and out of bounds last touch by the Wildcats. And we'll head back the other way for the first Kennedy possession, with pressure in the backcourt by Wilby, as now we have some contrasting styles on both sides for both teams, as a turnover by Adzavoski, and Wilby comes up with it. Barnes back the other way with it. Almost a minute elapsed, opening period, still 0-0. Now up top, trying to find some space. Wilby cannot find anything versus this stingy zone defense by Kennedy, which held Career Academy to a mere 22 points in the opening, 24 points in the opening half of last game, as the first bucket is good by Wilby. 2-0 as it stands for the Wildcats with the early lead. Up in the front court now, Morrison makes a move, pull-up jumper from the elbow, no good, and the rebound is ripped down by Neely. And Barnes will come back the other way with it. So Garner tries the long three. Airmails it off the glass, and back the other way quickly comes Kennedy. Streaking coast to coast, but missing the layup there was Rivera. And a rebound for Wilby as they'll look to push before the zone sets up. Inside off the face of his own man. Tipped around, and Adzavoski comes away with it. Morrison looks to push. Morrison on the run. Defense gets back nicely. He'll pull it back. Over to his brother, and now swinging it around to Coleman. Coleman pull-up jumper is good. So Dysere Coleman, first field goal of the night. He didn't have a field goal all of last game, so that's got to feel good for the senior big man for the Kennedy Eagles. Shot is up. Corner three is good. Byron Murillo with the three ball. It's 5-2 Wilby early on. 5:22 remaining, as a wild error pass over the head of his man, but unwisely touched there by Barnes, and it'll stay on this side of the court with Kennedy. Morrison inbounds at Coleman, tries to make a move. Adzavoski up top, now over to Morrison, who just a bit long on the three ball attempt. Fight for the rebound. Wilby comes away with it. Over to their point guard Barnes, who will push. To the corner, jab step, around the horn, they work it. Straightaway three ball, Barnes, a little bit long, no good. Tracked down by Rivera. And Morrison will come back the other way. Push to his brother, who loses it out of bounds. Dead ball turnover, back to the Wildcats. Wilby with it up top, still in that zone, extended is Kennedy. Trapping now, stolen away, ripped away by Coleman. Now back the other way with it, Morrison. Morrison pushes, the other Morrison, three balls up just a little bit long, rebounded by Neely. And he gets it to his man Barnes, who looks to push, but the defense gets back nicely. Open in the corner, three ball long off the keel. Offensive rebounds, up and good. Amir Neely with the bucket, and Wilby up to an early 5-point lead, 7-2, 4:20 remaining, opening quarter. Trying to split the defense there was Morrison, but a foul called. That one on Murillo, his first team's first of the game. So we'll settle in for a side out right underneath us near midcourt. Ball inbounds to Morrison. He plays catch with his brother. Now Tyler up top. Back to his brother, curls around, 3 balls up long again. Still looking to find that stroke is Terrence, but nothing doing yet. Quickly up ahead, Wilby leaves his feet, dangerous pass, but able to find his mark. Euro step in the lane, rejected away, and Morrison looks to push for the Eagles. Aggressive defense, drives right into it, loses his footing, and a travel called. Lots of contact there, but the ref letting him play, but not letting him shuffle his feet, turnover back the other way to the Wildcats. So Neely now up top directing traffic. Hits it over to Murillo. Loses it. Morrison with the steal. One man to beat. Misses the layup. Some contact, but couldn't finish. Quickly back the other way. Numbers for Wilby. They pull it back out, and we have shuffled feet travel call back the other way. So turnovers both ways. Missed baskets. Results in a 7-2 lead. 3:25 remaining. First quarter for Wilby. Coleman inbounds it in the backcourt to Morrison, who looks to push. Takes the contact from the freshman, now gets it to his brother. Nice pass inside. Coleman partially blocked, and it's corralled in by Garner. Garner gets it off to his point guard, looks to push through traffic. Lots of contact again, no call. Kennedy pushing it ahead. Rivera driving baseline, now gets it over to Adzavoski. Jab step floater just outside the paint, air ball, and Wilby comes down with another rebound. They look to push again. Arid pass. Was it tipped? It was, but it's saved. Adzavoski comes up with it, and Morrison looks to push. Terrence now to his brother Tyler. Thought about reversing. It does. Coleman back to Morrison. Up top, 3 ball, no good. And another big rebound by Neely. And Wilby back the other way, still with a 5-point lead. 2:34 remaining. First quarter in this city matchup. Another steal, and away with it comes Morrison. Morrison with the lay-in. Tyler Morrison, first points of the night for the sophomore, and that cuts the lead to a 1-possession game, 7-4, 2:12 to play first quarter. Couple of subs at the scorers table for Kennedy. They'll check in the next dead ball. Now driving in, rejected pass off the hands of his own man. And back the other way with it comes Kennedy. Now checking into the game for them. As we have Damian Elliott into the game for the Eagles. At number 10 is Coleman pressured in the backcourt. Gets it off to Brandon Mason, who just checked into the game. Now Morrison with it up top. Now Morrison 3 ball, no good. And back the other way comes Wilby. Now drive, kick, pump fake in the corner, goes baseline, misses the layup, but gets his own miss, but it's ripped away, and a traveling violation called on Rivera. So another sub for the Wildcats checking into the game for the first time. As Robert High, who will receive the ball from the ref, and inbound it underneath as we have a foul call, too aggressive on the defense. There was Kennedy. I believe that foul was on number 33, Dysert Coleman. That's his first on the team. As Wilby inbounds it high, jab step now goes in. Some contact, throws it up, and a foul called. High will head to the line for a pair of free throws. First free throw is up and good for Robert High, the freshman for the Wildcats. Also into the game for the Wildcats, number 12, Cyrese Stewart. As High settles and misses on the second one. As now Morrison crosses the timeline left to right, tries to get his offense going as he picks up his dribble and has it stolen away. High on the break, drives and fouled inside by Morrison. So back to the line goes High. So as it stands right now, Terrence Morrison, 1 foul, no field goals yet, whereas the other night, he had 10 first quarter points as the first free throw is up and good. As a sub into the game is Tyler Morrison, giving Irving Rivera a break. As now High will settle and miss the second, so 50% from the line for the Wildcats as the pressure in the backcourt continues. Another deflected pass, Morrison with it, cross court to his brother. Tries to pull up from deep, long shot, no good, still scoreless is Terrence Morrison. Under a minute to play now, first quarter, looking to push is Stewart. Pulls it back, triple teamed and stolen away. Morrison on the break, nobody back, lays it in for his first bucket of the night. So it's a 3-point game, 9-6, 40-second shot clock still a factor. Wilby trying to find some space in the zone, now drives baseline, wild pass, but it's controlled. Nice footwork inside, misses the layup, and Mason comes up with the rebound and is battered inside and fouled. So that foul on Michael Clemens, his first. Team's second. As now checking into game is Kalik Johnson for Wilby as they keep up the pressure in the backcourt. Morrison in trouble, now gets it to Coleman. Coleman on the run, trying to break the pressure, crosses the timeline, now backs up. Shot clock off, wild pass into the scores table, and another turnover for Kennedy. Sloppy start for the Eagles, trailing 9-6. And now the last shot presumably belongs to the Wildcats of Wilby. So with it up top, Stewart waiting. 13 seconds remaining, last shot coming. Still waiting back in that zone is Kennedy. Under 10 now, they look to make their moves. Garner with it up top, drives right, behind the back, nifty dribbling. Nice layup, but he misses. Tip no good, and that will do it for the opening quarter as Kennedy trying to find their stroke, trailing 6-9 to the visiting Wilby Wildcats. We'll take a break and come back. This is DET Sports Media on YouTube. Welcome back inside the DET Sports Media broadcast booth. A low-scoring, sloppy start to this city matchup in the Naugatuck Valley League as Kennedy trails Wilby 6-9 as we start the second 8-minute stint of this matchup as the ball is inbounded to the younger Morrison brother as he crosses the timeline in his home whites and gets the offense going as now Wilby waits back in a 2-1-2 zone, it would seem. As now a double comes. Coleman now, free throw line jumper just off the mark, and it's knocked out of bounds by Morrison, going back the other way to Wilby with that 3-point lead. So Kennedy's still with 2 wins to go to try to qualify for states. Only 4 games remaining, this one included, as they sit at 6 wins, needing 8 to qualify for the CIAC tournament. Now Wilby up top with it. Working it around is Stewart. Driving in the traffic is high, and he's fouled by the defense. So that foul on Coleman, his second, he's better be careful. Only has 5 to play with. Now Adzavoski will check back in for Coleman, as he'll take a seat with the 2 fouls early stages, second quarter. As now Stewart inbounding it underneath. Over to Garner. Garner driving in the traffic over to High. High drives inside, takes the contact, flips it up, no good. He will head to the free throw line for 2. That foul on number 10, Damian Elliott, his first. As both teams having trouble putting the ball in the basket early on. Wilby, though, has to be satisfied to keep Terrence Morrison in check at the moment as High connects on the first free throw. That's his 5th free throw of the night, 6th on its way. As he settles and fires and misses again. So splitting the pair, 50% on the night for High. As Kennedy quickly back the other way, but Wilby's defense gets back. Sloppy pass picked up by Terrence Morrison, 2 points on the night. Coming off of a 43-point performance in a loss to Career Academy as he directs traffic and now works it around the horn. On top with it in the corner, Rivera, fight for it, jump ball, possession arrow, favors the Wildcats. So Wilby, good defense early on, not giving any looks to Kennedy. Gets the ball right back, chance to add to their lead. Is now checking into the game is Byron Murillo, giving Sean Garner a rest. So 6:45 remaining, crossing the timeline right to left is Stewart. Directing traffic now, gets it off to Neely, and he plays catch. Trapping zone there on the elbow. As now Wilby makes a move. Wild pass, see if it's deflected. No, turnover back the other way. I've lost track of the turnovers, but take my word for it, folks. It's a lot. 6:31 remaining, full court pressure for Wilby. Kennedy into Morrison, picks up his dribble 80 feet from the basket, now to his brother. His brother breaking the pressure, now inside, bounce pass to nobody in particular, but Adzavoski comes up with it. He picks up his dribble and is swarmed by the defense. Skip pass shot is up, no good, back iron. Adzavoski rebound, gets it rejected. But another offensive board for the Eagles. Kicks it out, but there's a foul on the play. It'll stay right here, inbounds underneath. That foul is on Cyree Stewart, his first. So inbound underneath for Kennedy. Throws it high, retrieve, now driving middle, nice scoop layup, but it misses its mark, deflected, out of bounds, stays right here. So we'll be having some words. Devon Parker, first-year head coach. There's a nice entry pass inside. Adzavoski gets his first bucket of the evening. And he cuts into this lead, 10-8. We'll be in front. Zone stolen away. Contact on the steal. And Kennedy will keep possession off of that stolen ball. That shot will not count. So Terrence Morrison, maybe he sees one go through the net. It'll get him going. At the moment, 2 points for Terrence. As Adzavoski inbounds it to Tyler. And Kennedy gets to work. Morrison instantly double-teamed off of that zone. He's now inside, banging bodies, losing the ball, though. Gets on the floor for it. Wide open up top. Morrison, 3-ball, no good. Race for the rebound, and Wilby comes away with it. Wildcats looking to push, drives into the defender, floats it up, no good. Ball careening around, and it's picked up underneath by Elliott, and he's fouled in the backcourt. Frustration foul by Stewart, his second, Team second in the quarter. As Coach Armin Levasseur shouts out directives from the bench to Tyler Morrison as the pressure comes in the backcourt. Adzavoski, nice move to get around the defense, and Kennedy gets to work. Morrison, corner three, balls up, no good, leaves it long. Wilby down with the board, looking to push. Quickly into the front court they come. Kennedy remains in that 3-2 zone. Bad pass there, stolen away. Breakout attempt, Rivera layup, and the foul. Irving Rivera, first points of the night, chance for an old-fashioned three-point play. Ties this game up, 10 apiece, 4:28 remaining first half. First free throw attempt of the night for Kennedy. As Irving settles, fires, and hits. So Kennedy, having their struggles from the free throw line this season, connects on the first of the night, shooting 100%. I'm sure Coach Levasseur would like to pause the free throw percentage right there. As now Wilby tries to fight the zone, gets it stolen away, and that's Elliott with the steal. Away with it now are the Eagles. Morrison finds some space. Three ball off right, no good. Another offensive board, but it's poked away. Fight for it, jump ball, possession arrow favors Kennedy. So we'll stay right here. 4 minutes remaining, first half. Kennedy, first lead of the night. And it's a small one, 11-10. So Tyler underneath, gets it inside. Foul and the bucket, excuse me. As Irving Rivera, chance for another three-point play, heads to the free throw line. So Irving Rivera with that bucket now becomes the leading scorer in the game for both sides with 5, chance to make it 6. And what's been a struggle offensively for both teams. Rivera settles, takes his time, fires, and misses on the free throw attempt. So no three-point play there, but the lead remains in Kennedy's favor, 13-10, under 4 to play. Skip pass, wild, but it's retrieved. Wilby trying to work the zone. Hits it inside, now out again. Tries to draw contact, no good. Off the knee of Clemens, and back the other way with Kennedy, chance to add to their lead with 3:38 remaining. Wilby falling back into a 2-1-2 zone. Now as Kennedy works it around, trying to find some space. Pump fake there inside the middle. Rivera trying to make a move again. Poked away, good hands by the defense. As now Elliott comes away with it and kicks it back out to his point guard. Rivera thinks about it. Pump fake, drives in, Euro step, misses the layup. Fight for the rebound, and Wilby comes away with it. Wildcats on the run now. Left to right. Barnes with it up top. Barnes directing traffic, defense extended. Morrison checking him, but only so much. Garner with the give and go, catches, right hand layup, misses. Offensive board put up, no good, but fouled. And heading to the line for the first time tonight is Tavon Malachi, who just checked in. The senior forward for the Wildcats. as he'll have a pair. First one's up and true. So that ends a scoring drought for the Wildcats. Still searching for a field goal this quarter. Their only 2 points in the second quarter have come from the free throw line. Chance to make it 3. We have 2:42 remaining in the quarter. As the second free throw's up, leaves it long, but an offensive rebound by the smallest guy on the floor. Comes away with it, gets it over to Malachi. Skip pass, nice reverse layup, no good. Misses on that one was Garner. And now Morrison comes away with it, leading by 2. Adzavosky, skip pass, long shot is up and good. Irving Rivera leaving his mark on this game in the second quarter. Is now quickly back the other way. 3-ball answer by Sean Garner. So that's the first field goal of the quarter for Wilby. Answers right back, cuts the lead back to 2 with 2 minutes remaining. Into the corner now, Mason high, arcing corner 3, rims out. Fight for the board, and Malachi comes away with it. Wilby looks to push. They have numbers if they hurry. Euro into the lane, lots of contact, rejected away though. Now in the corner, 3 balls up and good. Shaheen Barnes with his first field goal of the game. 2 straight threes for the Wildcats, and the offense is opened up for both teams. Off of the foot of the Wilby Wildcats, and it'll stay right here under 2 to play. So Wilby, after not scoring for the first 5 minutes of the quarter, on back-to-back possessions have their first 2 field goals of the quarter, 2 3-balls from distance. Meanwhile, Irving Rivera, with 8 points in this quarter, outscoring his team from the first quarter and scoring half of his team's points. Morrison now gets the inbound. Drives in, floaters up, and that's the second field goal of the night for Terrence. He's up to 4, lead up to 1. Now tries again, same spot, is up and good. So Shaheen Barnes, 2 straight 3-pointers, and Wilby has the lead right back. Trying to answer back is Morrison, no good. Tries the one-handed rebound, but ended up coming up with it is Malachi, and Wilby pushing with confidence now. Corner 3-ball, why not? Ball is up, rims out, offensive board, lots of contact. There's the call to the free throw line. Clemens will head. Wilby leading by 2, 47.5 seconds remaining, first half. First free throws up, line drive, no good. So Clemens remains scoreless for the game, but he'll have another shot at it coming up. Clemens settles, fires, leaves it off the glass and in. So the lead is 3, 45 seconds. Wilby in front, crossing the timeline now. Tyler Morrison, shot clock still a factor. Adzavosky top of the key, nearly throws it away, battle for it, and Wilby comes away with it. One man to beat, takes the contact, rejected away by Adzavosky, and it'll stay right here. 30 seconds remaining, first half. Substitution into the game for the first time for Kennedy is Devontae Wright. As Garner will take the inbounds underneath. So receive it from the ref and run their stuff. Gets it inside, power move, up, foul called. And to the free throw line will be Clemens again. Clemens to the free throw line, developing off the court Now Terrence Morrison getting some attention as the first free throw is up and good. As Morrison getting some attention from the medical staff away from the play off the court. Looks like a sprained ankle, getting some ice therapy. And we'll keep an eye on that and give you information as it comes. In the meantime, Michael Clemens settles, tries to connect on the pair. He's up and good, 75% on the night for Clemens as he comes out of the game. Checking back in is high to spell him for the final 28 seconds of the first half. So under 30 seconds, last shot you would think for Kennedy, but the pressure for Wilby as it's knocked out of bounds by Barnes. And it'll stay right here for Kennedy, 22 seconds remaining. So with that development, getting his ankle wrapped away from the play, Terrence Morrison, leading scorer, averaging well over 24 points per game. That's a big development as Kennedy trails now by 5 early on. Working it around, the other Morrison fires it up, gets fouled on the 3-ball attempt, and he'll head to the free throw line for 3. There's a bad foul there by Malachi, his first, team's 5th. As now for 3 free throws goes Tyler Morrison. Try to add to his total. First free throws up and good. 2 more to come. Second one up good, so that's 2. With a third to make it a trio. Morrison settles, and he's perfect from the line. 14 seconds remaining. Wilby holding for the last shot. Barnes walking it up. Now here comes the defensive pressure. Slips a pass inside. Malachi rejected. Adzavoski comes away with it. Morrison looking to run. Chance for the last shot, but getting back on defense is Malachi, stripping it away. And that will do it for the end of one half of basketball. Wilby leading Kennedy 23-21 heading into the locker room, being led by Shaheen Barnes, 6 points on the night, leading the way for Wilby. Meanwhile, on the other side, Irving Rivera, 8 points, doing all of his damage in the second quarter. So we have a fun one brewing. We'll come back for the final half of basketball. This is DET Sports Media on YouTube. Welcome back inside the DET Sports Media Broadcast booth, coming to you live from the Jack Taglia Gymnasium up in Town Plot in Waterbury, Connecticut. Thanks for joining us on YouTube. Whether you're watching us live or you're streaming us after the game, you can check all of our games out on our page on YouTube. But for now, we have a good one brewing, a 2-point lead going into the locker room for Wilby with a balanced scoring attack. 7 players who have checked into the game have scored. So 7 out of the 8 players who've come in for Wilby have gotten on the score sheet, being led by Shaheen Barnes, 6 points, all coming in the second quarter. Followed up by Sean Garner, got the scoring started for us, finishing with 5 points in the first half. But a nice balanced scoring attack, but the story remains at the moment for Kennedy, who still trails by 2. Leading scorer on the year, Terrence Morrison, 4 points on the night, but he remains on the sideline getting medical attention with a sprained ankle. He stands up and he's looking to give it a go, but walking kind of gingerly. We'll see how tough this guy is, getting ready to come into the second half. I know he's tough. The kid put up 43 points the other night against Career Academy, so never question these kids at all. But we are under 20 seconds to go before we start the third quarter in what's been a fun back and forth game with a lot of different looks. If you're a fan of basketball, this game is for you. You got zone defense, full court press, and everything in between. But the buzzer sounds. Teams in their final huddles will talk things over and get ready for the start of the third quarter here at Kennedy High School. Huddles break, starting 5 on the floor for both teams, which means for you Kennedy fans out there, Terrence Morrison giving it a go. He's number 32 in white with extra tape on that ankle, ready to rock and roll. As now Wilby, first possession, inbounds it, and Barnes will cross the timeline, and we are underway. Kennedy waits back in their patented 3-2 zone, trying to mix things up. Barnes jab step, now kicks it, reverses course, 3 balls up off glass and good. So Byron Murillo doubles his point total with that shot, up to 6 on the night, and the lead is up to 5, 30 seconds into the second half. And now pressure defense in the back court. Dysir Coleman drives into the line and turns it over. So will be good start here. Bench loves it. First-year coach Devon Parker loving what he's seeing from his young team early on. And they kick it another 3-ball. Why not? Leaves it long. Fight for the rebound. Knocked out, but still controlled by Wilby. Tyler Morrison with the steal. One man to beat. Drives in. Contact and one. So Tyler Morrison, chance for an old-fashioned 3-point play. And he'll head to the free throw line for 1. So Tyler settles up to 7, make it, nope, keep it at 7. I spoke too soon. Offensive board for Coleman, fight for it. Possession arrow favors the Eagles, so we'll stay right here. Kennedy basketball. We got some tussling underneath. Officials intervene real quick, give some instructions. No harm, no foul. 7:15 remaining, third quarter. Early stages. Coleman receives the pass. Picks up his dribble, now gets it to Morrison. Straightaway 3-ball, no good. Offensive board again. Rattles out. Another fight for it, and Wilby comes down with it, but a bad pass over to Coach Parker. He's not happy about that one. Turnover. Back to the Eagles, trailing by 3. 59 seconds elapsed, third quarter. Wilby now in his zone, 2-3. Long three ball up for Morrison, no good. Coleman with the rebound, but rejected. And it'll stay right here. That block by Garner sends that one to the concession area. Now Morrison will get the inbounds and get it into Coleman. Coleman with it in the corner. Will look to back down his defender. Now kicks it, Terrence drives in, gets it poked away, and it stays right here. So Terrence having a tough go at it, only 4 first half points. Once again, after scoring 43 just the other night, Coleman gets the inbounds pass. Terrence will try again, 3 ball short. Quickly up ahead, nobody back. Wilby up, driving layup, good. Byron Murillo, 5 third quarter points. And now we have a blocking foul, it seems, as he was in the cylinder of the offensive player. So that foul on Garner. Kennedy keeps possession. So now Morrison gets the inbounds, trailing by 5. Now Terrence with it. Favoring that ankle a little bit, it seems. Now dishes it inside. Rivera against 2 defenders, flips it up, no good, and it's brought in by Neely. Wilby looks to push, defense gets back nicely. Tries to pass it in, but it's deflected by Terrence. Morrison out of bounds. Stays right here with Wilby. Inbound it to Barnes. Barnes will reset. Man-to-man defense for Kennedy as they fall back now into that zone. Long 3-ball attempt is up, no good. Rebound careens out, but Rivera tracks it down. Now Morrison gets it to his brother, drives right, Euros, floats it up, no good, gets his own miss and puts it in. Won't miss twice from that close. And he cuts the lead back to 3, 5.5 to play, third quarter, and a quick moving period. Now here comes the trap. Wilby handles it well. Skip pass to the corner. Driving in, wild pass off the knee of his man. Ball still free. Bodies hit the deck. Away with it comes Wilby. We'll see what the call is. Timeout by Wilby. Heads up play there. Nice dive on the floor by Clemens. And the Wildcats get a timeout of the 30-second variety to talk things over. And we'll talk things over too. 5:20 remaining, third quarter. This is DET Sports Media on YouTube. Welcome back inside the DET Sports Media broadcast booth live from the Jack Taglia Gymnasium. Dave Woodruff here with Dave on the camera. And we have a good one here, 3-point lead for Wilby, leading the Kennedy Eagles, who need 2 more wins to qualify for the state tournament, sitting at 6-10, coming off a loss. But winners of, 5 of their last 7. So now driving in there is Barnes, pulls it back, splits the D, now kicks. Will be trying to find some space, and it's ripped away. Shot clock violation, no whistle. Morrison on the breakaway, and he lays it in. Call on the floor, we'll see what it is. As the foul's on Wilby, basket. See if the basket counts. It hasn't shown up on the scoreboard yet. We'll see if it's a layup for Morrison, but the foul is on Wilby on the redirect, trying to get back. And that's what Coach Devon Parker is arguing right now, that the whistle blew before the basket, and the ref just signaled basket counts. So a chance for a 5-point possession if they hit a 3 here is Kennedy trailing by 1 under 5 to play now. That was Morrison on the breakaway with the bad ankle favoring it right underneath us. So 28-27, Kennedy trails. Coleman receives the inbounds. Morrison receives it. Now reverses and will sit back against the man defense. Now they switch to a zone. Morrison nearly loses it. Coleman swings it around. Terrence 3-ball, no good. Big rebound pulled in by Garner, and we'll be back the other way with a 1-point lead, 4.5 to play. Had a man open, missed him, and now Morrison comes away on the break. 3-on-1 break, drives in, but a foul on the floor on Barnes. That'll be his first of the night. And the foul's starting to pile up now for Wilby. That's 4 in the quarter. 5 is the bonus. So Kennedy free throws from here on out in the quarter. But for now, they'll inbound it. Tyler Morrison receives. Coleman gets it. Short little bunny airmails it, and it's ripped down by Garner looking to push. Defense gets back, pokes it away. Morrison with the steal. Coleman on the break, 2-on-2. Now defense gets back, floats it up, no good. And Wilby comes away unscathed. Now they go middle. And they reset their offense now with that 1-point lead, still 4 to play. 3 balls up and good. Byron Murillo, only player to score for Wilby in this quarter. No problem, he's got 8. And the lead back up to 4. Terrence drives in, foul call on the reach. Shot will not count, but free throws coming for the Eagles. So the way the bonus works now in the NVL is it resets every quarter. 5 fouls equals 2 free throws. No more 1-and-1. So if you want to watch 1-and-1, watch the UConn St. John's game tonight. You'll see a lot of free throws in that one. But for now, 2 shots for Terrence Morrison. Settles and hits on the first. One more coming. As Terrence now buries the free throws as a substitution high into the game for Wilby. Gives Garner a rest with the fouls. And now Wilby comes back the other way with it, still leading by 2. Kennedy waits back in that 3-2 zone. Wilby trying to find space. Why not? 3-ball is up and 1. On fire right now is Byron Murillo. He's got 11, Chance at 12, 1 free throw on the way. And Byron cooking in the kitchen right now. He's got 3 threes, 3:33 remaining in the quarter. Chance for a 4-point play. Is now swapping right back out as High and Garner in and out of the game. 1 free throw on the way for Murillo. Murillo settles and converts on the 4-point play, and Wilby's lead back up to 6 as they show full court pressure now. We'll see what the foul on the floor. Coleman caught Barnes with an elbow, and just like that, Coleman turns it over and picks up his 3rd foul. So bad possession there for Dizier. He'll likely take a seat. As now into the game is Mason, giving Coleman a rest, so small lineup for Kennedy. Also checked in a moment ago was Elliott for the Eagles. As now Wilby will inbound at baseline, 3.5 to play, 3rd quarter. As they do. Murillo thought about it, pulls up now, misses, rattles out. Big board, pivots around, no good. Another fight for the rebound. And Morrison comes away with it. Player on the ground, timeout by the refs. As on the ground there is Elliott, it would seem. As the teams head to their bench, Elliott remains on the ground. Training staff comes out to take a look at him. Must have caught an elbow to the face. But with that, while they take a look, we'll take a break and come back with more information. This is DET Sports Media on YouTube. Welcome back to the Jack Taglia Gymnasium. Dave Woodruff here, Dave on the camera. Couple of Daves cutting it up, as it's good to see Damian Elliott rise to his feet and walk back to the bench. He'll be okay. He still gets some attention from the training staff. Meanwhile, also still needing attention is Terrence Morrison with that ankle. Still having trouble with it. His shoe is off on the bench. Still trying to loosen it up as a new lineup in for Kennedy, as they'll inbound it right underneath us. That's Adzavoski. He'll get it into Tyler Morrison. As now 2-3 zone for Wilby. Extended out. That's right with the ball now, dribbling, now gets it to Mason. Mason to right, nearly turns it over, but it's tracked down. Playing around the timeline, thinks about getting rid of it and does. Morrison with it, defense doing well so far. 5 to shoot, he'll get it up, hits the rim, shot clock resets, offensive board, 3 balls up, rims in and out. Fight for the board, and Wright comes away with it. Wright dribbling around, kicks it to Mason, corner 3 balls up, no good, back rim, and rebounded by Garner. He looks to push. On the way, takes the contact, floats it up, no good, but the foul called, and he'll head to the free throw line for a pair. So Sean Garner to the line, trying to become the first Wildcat to score in this quarter, not named Byron Murillo. Murillo at 12 of the team's 12 third quarter points thus far. But now Garner receives the free throw and will attempt a pair. First one's up and good. So a decent free throw shooting showing for Wilby. Coach has to like that. With one more coming, lead up to 7, biggest of the night for Wilby. Second shot is up, rattles around, no good. Fight for the rebound, but coming away with it is Rivera. Full court pressure by Wilby, looking to cause havoc in the backcourt. Rivera now driving, and looks like we have a 10-second violation as Rivera took too long to cross the timeline. Another turnover. Wilby gets it back. 2:17 remaining, third quarter. Now up top with it is Barnes. He's swinging around the horn. Thinks about the 3 in the corner, now drives in, fight for it, ripped away, jump ball called, possession arrow. Favors the Wildcats, will stay right here. So Barnes doing a great job at point, number 22 for Wilby. He's a freshman. Doing well orchestrating the offense so far for the freshman as he dribbles up top with it. Thinks about the 3, now drives, draws the defense, splits it, floats it up and in. Barnes with the bucket, and the lead is up to 9. Mason, couple jab steps, gets it up top to Tyler Morrison. Terrence Morrison still on the bench with that bad ankle. Mason corner 3 balls up and good. Mason with his first bucket of the night's a big one. Cuts the lead to 6. Is now right back the other way. 3 balls up, airmailed long. Deflected, out of bounds, last touch by Wilby. Kennedy gets the ball back. And right on cue, Terrence Morrison, heavily taped up ankle, back into the game for Devontae Wright. Still favoring that ankle, little gimpy on it. Receives the ball though right at half court. Takes the contact, drives, slips, and a little bit too much step. Basket will not count. That's a travel. And back the other way to Wilby, leading by 6, 1:16 remaining, third quarter. 3 balls up quickly, rims in and out. That one by Murillo, trying to keep the hot streak going. Cannot. 63 seconds to play. Kennedy back the other way. Adzavoski tries a corner 3, and he hits. Sulo Adzavoski with the 3 ball, his first of the night. And that cuts the lead to 3. So a quick 6-0 run for Kennedy. That cuts the lead to 3 with 40 seconds. Nice dish inside. Ball bounces around a couple times. Offensive board and fouled by Rivera. Good sportsmanship helps him up. And to the free throw line goes Amir Neely for 2. Amir Neely settles and rattles in the first free throw. That's the 4th on the team for Kennedy in this third quarter. Next one puts him in the bonus. Luckily for them, 35 seconds remain in the quarter. Couple of substitutions for Wilby. Just checking into the game is Denali Ross, number 20. As the second free throw is up, rattles in, converts on the pair. Timeout on the floor, full timeout for Wilby. We'll take a quick break. 35 seconds remain in third quarter. This is Waterbury Varsity Basketball on DET Sports Media. Second horn sounds as we welcome you back into the Jack Taglia Gymnasium. As we have a good one brewing, 5-point lead for the Wilby Wildcats as they show some full court pressure. Kennedy with the ball trailing, looking to cut into that lead, hopefully for them in the final possession of the quarter. Wilby full court pressure, nobody in the front court, everybody in the back court right now as Adzavoski gets it over to Morrison. Don't know why you'd leave him. Morrison now gets it to Rivera. He juggles it for a second. Morrison long 3 ball is good. Terrence Morrison starting to cook here in this third quarter, bad ankle and all. That's 9 third quarter points. We'll be back the other way. Nifty pass inside and settles in and hits. That was Johnson with his first bucket of the game. And back and forth we come. Mason 3 ball is good. And quickly back, 1 second, shoots, fires, good if it goes, and it does not. And that will do it for the end of 3. Kennedy cuts into the lead with 6 points in 30 seconds. A 1-point lead for Wilby, 42-41. We'll take a quick break and come back for the start of the final frame. This is DET Sports Media on YouTube. Gymnasium, one more quarter to settle it. Terrence Morrison found his stroke bad ankle in all third quarter, 9 points in the quarter, brings him up to 13 on the night. Byron Murillo, on the other hand, for Wilby, 12 third quarter points, grew that lead to them for up as many as 9 points for Wilby, brought down to 1 now as we start this fourth quarter. Rivera tries getting in on the action and does. Irving Rivera with the 3-ball, and Kennedy takes a 2-point lead. Back the other way, Wilby nearly turned over. Now it is. Morrison out in the races. Reverse layup is good. Terrence Morrison with the layup. And Kennedy opens up to their biggest lead of the night, 4 points. 7.5 to play. Pressure defense at Zavosky. Too much hands. Foul there. First on the team this quarter. So Wilby will inbound it side out. So Kennedy roaring back into this one. Into the backcourt. Received by Barnes. Wilby trying to answer. Now Barnes drives left. Offhand miss. Put back no. Fight for the board. And coming up with it's Wilby. No travel because he fell. Sliding doesn't matter. Now he drives in, and it's poked away. Morrison running off with his brother. Kicks it to him. Pump fake. Drives middle. Euro inside. Foul called. Shot will not count even if it went in. And we'll see if it was shooting. That foul was on Michael Clemens. So not a shooting foul. Inbounds underneath. Checking out of the game, Mason for Kennedy. Back in, good to see, is Damian Elliott after taking that hit in the third quarter. As now they run their stuff. Gets it in, Rivera. Now Morrison, 3-ball, leaves it short. And now quickly back the other way, Wilby. Driving in, nifty layup, but leaves it short. Bounces around, adds Zavosky out to Morrison. One man to beat, lays it up, blew the layup. And Wilby comes away unscathed, still trailing by 4, 6.5 to play in this one. Why not pull up transition 3, no good, fight for the board, out of bounds, and no, a foul called on Kennedy. So Wilby now underneath will inbound it. 2 team fouls on Kennedy early fourth quarter. So Morrison coming alive, 11 second half points after only 4 in the first half. The story late in that third quarter was Mason for Kennedy, who just came out the game, 2 3-pointers. Now Kennedy loses a man. Now good box out inside, and the foul's called once again on Clemens, going over the back off of the missed 3-ball by Garner. And out of the game comes Clemens with the over-the-back call. Couple substitutions for Wilby, trying to stay in this game, trailing by 4 in the blink of an eye, 6.5 remaining in this game. Now a skip pass underneath, laid up off glass, no good. Fight for the board. Wilby comes away with it, gives it right back. Morrison, 3-ball is good. Timeout on the floor. Coach Parker Wilby needs to talk things over. 30-second timeout as he has a talk with his man Johnson, who got the rebound. Good job there, but then threw it right back to Kennedy on the turnover. Costly, leads to a 3-pointer for Terrence Morrison. will stay right here as Morrison, 5 fourth quarter points, 14 second half points, coming alive as an encore to his 43-point performance the other night at Career Academy, as Wilby yet to score in this fourth quarter, trying to find answers. A young team for Wilby. Lots of freshmen in the rotation, only a couple seniors on the team. Has a lot of answers to find with 6:08 to go in this quarter, but what was a good back and forth third quarter after a rough and rock'em sock'em first half, which saw a combined 15 points in the first quarter by both teams, as both teams combined for 39 points in the third quarter. And this fourth quarter, the scoring continuing for Kennedy as they seem to have found their mojo as the huddles break and we are back in the action here at the Jack Taglia Gymnasium. As we welcome you back inside the DET Sports Media broadcast booth. Crowd getting loud, inbounds it to the freshman Barnes as he crosses the timeline left to right, being met by Morrison. Hands it off, Kennedy still in that zone. Now it morphs into man, nice nifty Euro step through the lane by Garner. That's the first fourth quarter field goal for the Wildcats, cuts the lead to 49-44, 5:45 remaining fourth quarter. Kennedy working it around the key. Now 3 balls up and good. Morrison heating up, hitting his last 2 3 balls. He's up to 8 in the quarter. Can't slow him down. Nobody catches up with Wilby, and quickly back the other way they answer. Garner with another bucket. So Garner and Morrison trading baskets now, but it's 2s versus 3s in favor of Kennedy. It's now Morrison double teamed. Driving inside is Elliott. Elliott nearly loses it. Good defense by Wilby. Try not to foul, and a timeout called by Coach Levasseur as this man was in trouble. 17 seconds on the shot clock, 30-second timeout. We're not going anywhere. 5:03 remaining as they talk things over. So Terrence Morrison, bad ankle and all. First half, only 4 points. He's had 4 points in the last 2 minutes. 6 to be exact. He's up to 8 in the quarter. 5:03 remaining. Kennedy opening up now to a 6-point lead. Will be trying to find some answers. Good defensive possession there, as Sean Garner trying to keep them in the game for the Wildcats. 4 points in the fourth quarter off of 2 quick layups. But they're going to need a lot more as Byron Murillo slowing down. 12 third quarter points yet to score in this final frame, bottled up at the moment, as he's showing some frustration to his freshman guard as they walk back out on the floor. Teams having some words with each other, break the huddle, and we are back in action. So Tyler Morrison, younger brother, will inbound it, receives the ball. And a couple players collide, nearly 5 seconds, and it is 5-second violation. Turned over, good job by Wilby getting the ball back. Trailing by 6, 5:03 remaining, so a good turnover with no time coming off the clock. Wilby needing to answer. Barnes with it. Check by Morrison, man-to-man defense for Kennedy. Driving in, we'll see what the call is. Foul on the Euro step. And heading to the free throw line is Garner. As the refs chat things over. Nope, changing the call, travel violation. So no foul, travel instead off of the awkward Euro step. Under 5 to play. Kennedy with the ball. Morrison now walks it up. Morrison, nice pump fake in the lane. Floaters up and good. So Terrence Morrison heating up here in the second half. Might just hit his mark after all. It's now a mishandled pass. Wilby thinks about the shot, now up top, 3 ball straight away, no good, leaves it long, rebounded by Rivera, and now Kennedy back the other way. Morrison back to Morrison, drives in, takes contact, Euro step takes the contact, foul called, no offensive foul. I don't know if it was an offensive foul or a travel. I think it was a traveling violation. This ref never traveled to Europe, and back we come the other way. Wilby trailing by 8 now. Banging bodies underneath. Garner kicks it out. 3-ball straight away is good by Barnes with his third 3 of the game. And quickly back the other way, Kennedy leading by 5. Adzavoski trying to get around the freshman. Rivera pump fakes, now checked up top at the elbow. Over to Tyler. Now Adzavoski with it as they play catch. Adzavoski at the free throw line. Awkward turnaround is good. Sulo Adzavoski with his third field goal of the game puts him up to 7. Is now quickly back the other way. Wilby, another 3-ball for Byron Murillo. First, third, fourth quarter point. Fifth 3 of the game answers right back. 4-point game, 3:07 to go. Tries to fit a pass inside. Elliott corrals it. Now drives in. Dangerous pass through traffic as Rivera drives right. Passes it to no one in particular. Turns it over. Ball going back to the Wildcats, now down 4 with under 3 to play. Elliott comes out. Coleman, after the long break with those 3 fouls, checks back into the game, ice cold. Will try to make a difference now. Nearly threw it away. There was Barnes, but it's picked up. Bodies on the ground. 3-ball again is good. Byron Murillo. 6 3-pointers on the night, and we have a 1-point game again. 2.5 to play. Morrison crossed the timeline. Coleman shot, unable to answer. Rebounded by Wilby, chance to take the lead. Pushing now is Barnes, driving in, kick, why not? One more, up is good! Byron Murillo, unconscious from distance, letting the crowd know who he is. It's Byron Murillo, 7 3-pointers made, takes a 2-point lead for Wilby. Timeout on the floor for Kennedy as we'll take a quick break. Full timeout. Wilby 58, Kennedy 56. This is Waterbury High School basketball on DET Sports Media. Welcome back to the Jack Taglia Gym. We have a back and forth barn burner here at Kennedy High School. Byron Murillo, 21 points now on the game, 9 in this quarter, all of the 3-point variety. 7 of his 8 field goals on the game are 3-pointers. Meanwhile, on the other side, heating up is Terrence Morrison. Reaches his average after all at 23 points on the game. 19 of them in the second half as an air ball by Adzavoski saved underneath the basket, nearly turned right back over by Wilby as now they look to push. Stolen away by Morrison. Nice nifty dribbling, keeps his dribble on the ground and gets it to his brother. Timeout by Coach Levasseur as he saw his guy in trouble and saves the turnover. So back and forth we go. Wilby sloppy, but a young team nonetheless. 30-second timeout. We'll stay right here. Minute 48 to play. Byron Murillo putting his cape on here in the fourth quarter. 9 fourth quarter points, 3 3-pointers. Somebody put a hand up on this guy. Meanwhile, Terrence Morrison, 23 points on the game, 19 in the second half, 10 here in the fourth quarter, as he's picked up right on his average, averaging 23.5 points per game. Had 43 the other night against Career Academy on the road. As now Coleman, right underneath us, will inbound the ball. Trailing by 2 with 1:48 remaining, 31 seconds remain on the shot clock. Morrison directing traffic. Wilby in an extended pressure zone. Playing catch up top, 15 on the shot clock. Adzavoski with it, 30 feet from the basket. Skip pass to Morrison, fires the three off right. Battle for the board, off a couple feet, and it's rebounded by Wilby. Pressure in the backcourt for the moment, but Kennedy retreats. Barnes crosses the timeline and directs traffic. The freshman now turns the corner, drives in, wild shot, lobs it up. Ball still free, and Wilby comes up with it. Skip pass over to Murillo, now he gets it to Barnes. Barnes back to Murillo, 12 to shoot on the shot clock. Gets it back, jab step, drives middle, nice pass to the corner, 3 balls up, long, no good. Fight for the board, big rebound by Neely, and he's whacked. And he'll head. No foul, or no free throws. That foul is on Irving Rivera, but no free throws, foul on the floor. So a baseline out of bounds, under a minute to play. Shot clock still a factor, 35 seconds on that as it resets for the foul. As Wilby will inbound it. As we have a foul running right through the screen there. Seems the foul is on Morrison for running through the screen. Good position there. Big plays here in this crucial part of the game for Wilby. That's Johnson drawing the foul. 4th on the team. Next one is free throws for Wilby as it puts them in the bonus as they have the ball, leading by 2, 48.5 seconds to play, fourth quarter. Inbound it, get it into Johnson. Barnes thinks about it, now pulls back wisely. Plenty of time on the shot clock as he crosses over. Turns the corner, drives in, nice pass, dribbles in, layup no good. Fight for the ball, it goes out of bounds, and it stays this way with Wilby. 32.5 seconds remaining in this game. Wilby holding on for dear life, inbounding the ball underneath. Shot clock will need to reset, we'll see, but a timeout on the floor. Coach Parker will talk things over and try to make sure his guys are all in the right places to try to hold on to this victory, leading by 2. Full timeout on the floor, long break. We'll take 1-2. We'll see you back in a second. This is high school basketball on DE Sports Media. Welcome back inside the DET Sports Media broadcast booth as we have 32.9 seconds remaining to settle this intense City of Waterbury Naugatuck Valley League matchup between the Wilby Wildcats and the Kennedy Eagles. Wilby with the ball, up by 2, inbounding it underneath, and they do get it into Barnes. Quickly in, corner, 3 balls, up and good! Byron Murillo, 4th three-pointer of the quarter. Unconscious shooting. As now with 3 balls up, the answer rims in and out. No good by Morrison as Wilby pushes it up ahead. Foul by Morrison, no shot. doesn't matter. Free throws coming for the Wildcats, leading by 5, 15.4 seconds remaining. As Sean Garner steps to the free throw line, chance to add to it, as this would be a devastating loss for Kennedy. Still 2 wins short of qualifying for the state tournament after starting 1-8, as the first free throw is up and good for Garner. As he has one more coming, chance to make the lead 7. Free throws up and good, so a 7-point lead for Wilby. The Wildcat faithful love it. Adzavoski kicks it to the corner. 3 balls up, no good. Rebound, Wilby turns it over though, gives it back, and Morrison hits the bucket and the foul. So unwise there by Johnson, getting the rebound but giving it right back. Terrence Morrison, who's been on a heater of his own in the second half, gets the bucket. Chance for the old-fashioned three-point play. 5 seconds remaining. Door not quite closed yet. One shot coming for Morrison. Chance to add to his total. This would give him 26. Intentionally misses it. Kennedy with the rebound. Fight for it. Wilby comes away with it. And it's a jump ball possession arrow. Favors the Wildcats. 1.6 remaining. They can feel it as their coach instructs them to keep their composure, stay on the sideline. Still need to inbound it. Up 5. As now Garner, who had a big fourth quarter here, inbounds it to Barnes. Clock runs out, and that will do it. In a gutty fourth quarter comeback win, the Wilby Wildcats pick off the Kennedy Eagles, led by Byron Murillo. 24 points on the night. A majority of those coming in the fourth quarter. How many, you asked? 21 second half points, 12 fourth quarter points. Meanwhile, on the other side, Terrence Morrison, 25 on the night for him, but not getting the stat he wanted, and that's the W, as Kennedy falls now to 6-11 with 3 games remaining, needing to win 2 out of those 3 to qualify for the CIAC state tournament. But for now, a big win for Wilby. Gutsy performance, trailing in the first quarter, storming back to win this game 63-58 and go home this weekend with a win, feeling good about themselves tonight. So thanks for joining us here on DET Sports Media. We appreciate you tuning in, whether it be live or after the fact. Dave Woodruff with Dave on the camera. We appreciate you joining us. This is Waterbury High School basketball on YouTube. See you next time, folks.